Lord. Oh god, I should have taken that nap earlier.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I didn't have time to take a nap. I was hanging out with my girlfriend.
MMI, we expect the unexpected.
You know, as I was getting invites from people
I'll do my
on
best.
The PS4, after I finished watching a movie, I was just laying in bed and I started fucking falling asleep. Yeah, my cat cuddled up with me. I was like, I'm about to drift off. Then I saw it was like 9 p.m. I'm like, fuck, I can't take a nap. I'm not gonna wake up for podcast.
Yeah, I know. A nap at 9 o'clock is like, I just gotta go to sleep.
Oh.
It's a danger zone, man.
I don't nap anymore. I just take slumbers, miniature slumbers.
I think that's what a nap is.
But it's not like an hour or two. It's like either 5 hours or 14.
See, I think 5 hours. I think they just call that actual sleep.
Slumber, miniature slumber for me.
He wants to be a slumber. He wants to be a fancy person.
Honestly, my sleep schedule has got me fucked up because now it's actually fucking normal. I go to bed at like midnight and I'll wake up at like 6 or 7 in the morning. It makes me want to cry.
The past couple of days.
The
last 2 days of my quarantine, it regulated.
You know,
I
man,
wish I had it.
By the way, welcome to the Red Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Joining me today, I've got your usual co-host of Mad Rock Drummer, aka Daniel.
Hello, everybody.
The Bioterrorist, aka Kiko.
Yo.
Water Jesus himself, descending upon from the heavens, aka Ricky.
What up?
And the Edgiest Maple, aka Maple.
Hi there.
Alright, gents. Alright. So, hang on. The first thing I want to bring up, that I want to rant real quick. I feel like the level of quality, and the things that we kind of like expect from people, our expectations have been lowered, and we just kind of like grant way too many participation awards. Because there was a news article that I saw where it's like, oh, Billie Eilish wrote an entire song during the quarantine.
Oh boy.
And it's like, well, like, when do you think about it? The quarantine has lasted a month, give or take.
It's here in America, I'd say it lasted 2 months.
Depending on where. Maximum 2 months, minimum of a month. But you know, that aside, there was an artist who wrote an entire album full of songs in a week.
Oh shit.
Daniel, why have you done this to me?
I swear I did not kick you out of my car. My car pushed you out, and it was not me.
Ricky, why do you refuse to let me in your vehicle?
It's funny.
I mean, yeah, that is pretty funny, Ricky. Come on.
The way that he's doing it, too.
You need something, huh?
Fair,
One of your rides? Let me know.
Would Ricky really let you into his car?
I'll bring it by. Aight, I'll get back to work.
And newsflash, he does know what you would do to him if you had the chance, so...
See, that's the bit. Kiko, you were coming up with the idea of, hey, let's all bring various types of wings together. Kiko, no one's gonna trust anything that you bring in terms of food. You're gonna poison us.
Wings. I don't give a shit. Wings are delicious.
See, and that is why Maple is going to die. Kiko, congrats! You will finally be a successful bioterrorist because you're gonna be able to kill Maple.
By accident.
I know, that's the thing. You're not even getting your intended target.
Yeah, only people get the wrong person by accident and kill someone else instead.
Javi, I even stated before that I wasn't gonna cook the wings. I was actually gonna get them from
Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Here's the bit. You say that. You say that. Number one, I still don't trust them. Number two, there's still like unless they come in pristine condition, where it's like, you know, they have the anti-open seal on it somehow. Where it's like, oh yeah, this will indicate if they were tampered with. I'm pretty sure you would still have tampered with it somehow.
Like, I feel like Kiko's gonna be like the one, like, idiot cook where, like, you know what? Let me taste it. Is it like poison? Yeah, it's like poison. Fucking drops dead.
Yeah, he's gonna be the mustache twirling villain who puts on a fake chef outfit to poison us, and then he either he poisons himself or he poisons the wrong person, aka Maple.
Because I feel like Kiko at one point has done a thing where, like, he's handled spicy food, then rubs
Morse
his eyes.
Mutual, we're here to help. I think we can handle
Yeah,
that.
right. He just wash his hands.
Like, Kiko, like, was, like, handling pepper, some spicy food, and then rubs his eyes, like, oh, fuck!
That's how he mixes it up.
You gotta have some fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
You calling for some wheels?
Gets taken
I'm
out,
Johnny on the
he's
spot.
there in the
I'll hook
corner
you up.
rubbing his casket like, yes,
It's on the way.
eat. And then we're just there enjoying the wings. He's like, what? A llama? He's supposed to be dead!
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I
Weird.
love that movie too.
References aside, Kiko would totally fuck up that assassination.
Yep.
Anyway, so, Javi, you were talking about Billie Eilish getting an award for making an album
Well,
under...
Well, she didn't even make an album. No, she made a song. And I don't even think that she completed it. But here's the bit. You know, it's not that she got an award. It's that a fucking article was written about it. Apparently that's newsworthy.
So,
Now-
like, the recognition.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, why is that, you know, why is that newsworthy? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Look,
Why write an article about it?
Look, I'm going to say this right now, and that's not to undermine Billie Eilish in writing a song, because
I am here to undermine her.
I get, but this is like the perfect time if you're an artist to write a song, because it's the perfect time to be creative, you know, keep active, keep writing music. But the fact that this article is trying to give her praise, it's like, well, she's not the only one to do it. I mean, there's thousands of freaking local artists here in El Paso that have been writing music, that have been doing stuff during this quarantine. But where's their recognition?
Josh, go
There's
woo yourself.
My point is, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to undermine Billie with writing songs. I am saying, though, if you're going to give her this recognition of, like, oh,
Then
it's
give other people like recognition.
Exactly. You need to give literally every single artist who has written something during this time. It's bullshit that you would give one artist credit or one artist the recognition, one artist all the rewards, when there's literally hundreds and hundreds of artists who are doing it right now, who are busting their ass trying to be productive right now.
See, here's the bit. Why even give any recognition to it at all? I mean, like, yeah, you're a songwriter. You're writing a song. That's what you're supposed to do. This is totally the time to do it. Hell,
Yeah.
Mike Shinoda, he's been streaming it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, now, like, being in quarantine, now is definitely the time to be the most creative and, you know, be the most productive in terms of your art that you could ever be. Now, I get it. Everyone gets, you know, writer's block, artist block, whatever. But now is the time, and, you know, I don't think we should be giving any recognition for it. I'm just saying. Look, Billy, you're 18 now. Welcome to the fucking world.
You know what she can do now? Vote.
You know, you're right.
I'm glad
she could vote.
You know, Kiko, I was going to say something, but you know what? You went with the high road on this one. And for that, I have to say, good job. You went with the high road on this one.
Well, I mean, here's the bit. You know, going with what we thought Kiko was going to say, and, you know, I imagine it'd be some variation of doing porn or, you know, releasing her nudes. If I recall correctly, she actually, there was a video, her first performance when she turned 18.
Oh,
Where she
yeah.
was in the nude.
Oh boy.
And, you know, say what you will about it, I can kind of understand that, because, you know, her whole stance on that is she dresses the way that she does because she doesn't want to be sexualized, but she knows that it's going to happen, especially now that she's of age. And so she's like, alright, well, if, you know, this is going to be a thing, I want to take that power for myself. I'm going to be the one to sexualize myself. I think that was the message. Which, I mean, hey, you know what? That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a powerful message, but it's a message nonetheless.
I mean, Nicki Minaj had that sort of similar message too. You know, she realized that it's very weird for a woman to hyper-sexualize herself, but she was like, I'm going to do it.
I don't think it's even that weird.
I don't. It's like, well, she doesn't give a fuck. You know, she's going to be sexualizing herself, and you know that's what she wants to do. That's what she wants to do. By all means, hey, fucking go for it. You know?
By the way, Ali said senpai.
By the way, it kind of reminds me of when the face model who did the face model work for Jill Valentine in the RE3 remake.
Oh, Julia Voss.
No, different face model, or not Julia Voss. Sasha.
Oh, the for the remake. Okay.
Yeah. She mentioned like someone donated her something about someone made a nude mod about her, and she's like, nude mod? Well, okay. What do you want me to do? I can't stop them. Well, there's nothing I can do. If they want to make it, then they can go ahead and do it.
Well, I mean, legitimately, what could she do about that?
Yeah, and the way how she said it is just like, she's like, okay, go ahead. Sounded like she was okay with it.
I mean, everyone has their different takes on, you know, that kind of thing when they're thrust in the limelight. I mean, you know, that there's some who profit off of it. There's some who, you know, prefer to keep things a little more conservative. Like Doja Cat. That's the artist who was like, oh, if you get this one song where it was like a collab or whatever to like #1 in the charts, I'll flash my tits. Spoiler alert, there were no tits. And they got the song to #1. And everyone was like, no, she played us. And it's like, yeah, of course she fucking played you guys. Fucking simps. Her titties, you know, probably not that great. Go watch some porn.
Also want to point out something. Y'all heard about the Mario 64 PC port, right?
The one that got taken down by Nintendo.
Yeah.
There's
So
been a couple, but there's another one. Well, okay, there's a couple, meaning there have been fan-made versions of like a Super Mario 64 2, like an actual direct sequel to Super Mario 64.
I mean, there's been various, what do you call it, ports to PC of Nintendo's games, but they always get taken down. Nintendo, out of all of the game companies, most strict with their IPs.
Oh yeah. But anyway, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But yeah, Nintendo, like, okay, fans, a group of fans have made a PC port of Mario 64, the original game, without being paid at all. It was all for free. You could have downloaded it. Then Nintendo was like, hey, nah, this ain't happening. So they sent a cease and desist letter towards these people and were like, take it down. And to be honest, I find it bullshit that they did that, because fans wanted Nintendo Mario 64 again, but it's like, it's ridiculous on how Nintendo does that shit.
Well, I mean, here's the bit about it. That's a double-edged sword right there. I can agree that it's bullshit because it's a company taking down someone much smaller who wasn't even making a profit. But I mean, that's the thing. At least I complain a lot about how there's, not a lot of original games that we get these days, or no sequels to any IPs. And that's because, we keep getting, remake of this, HD version of that. It's just, they keep feeding us our childhoods, and we eat it up like it's fucking butter. Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake,
Final Fantasy 7 remake,
fucking Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Reignited trilogy, all of those.
Crash Kart, Crash. What's the?
Yeah, Crash Team Racing.
Yeah,
I got that one.
Yeah.
Like that's
Even
the thing.
now, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 are coming out.
Oh my god, that's another one.
Yeah.
Which
I'm gonna buy
to be
it.
fair,
I'm gonna fucking buy it.
So am I. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm falling right into the trap. I'm perpetuating it.
I'm not so sure if I'll buy it though.
There's actually one thing I'm kind of curious about the Tony Hawks, but I totally get it. From both sides. It's a fan thing. It's people want to appreciate like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a direct sequel to like one of the greatest Nintendo 64 games that was made of all time. But I can also see Nintendo's. It's like, well, that's our property. That's our game. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it, and we would appreciate if you just don't do it because that's our game.
I mean, that's the thing. It's basically just pirating it. Like, I get it. It's an old-ass game. But, I mean, legally, Nintendo's in the right. Morally, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
I think they should be more like Valve. To be honest, because honestly...
I mean, if they're like Valve, then they're not going to make any more fucking games.
Half-Life Alyx is a good example. Half-Life Alyx, they made that, and they're currently working on 3 games.
And none of them are Half-Life 3.
None of them are Half-Life 3, none of them are fucking Left 4 Dead 3.
Portal 3.
They really can't count 3.
They did confirm it, though.
I mean, they
With
confirm a
Half-Life
lot of
Alyx.
things.
They did confirm with Half-Life Alyx the ending.
Maple, my hand's on your shoulder, homie. That's the thing about game development. There's what they plan, and then there's what we actually fucking get. Last of Us 2 was supposed to be released sometime, in the fucking winter.
Yeah, fuck Last of Us Part 2. I'm not buying that.
As I recommend, you shouldn't. But that's the bit about game development. It never goes exactly the way that you want. Which, that brings me into my next segment about Yandere Dev and Yandere Simulator.
I mean, Half-Life Alyx took 5 years to be developed, so in their defense, they're developing a new VR game. Can't really blame them for that.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm sure they can afford multiple dev teams. I'm just saying. Either way, I digress. I don't. It's not like I particularly give a shit, anyways.
I'll go back to that point later.
But someone decided to leak Yandere Dev's source code, and they're like, "Hey, let's make Yandere Sim ourselves and release it before him."
Oh
Which,
boy.
goddamn, the memes have taken a new meaning. Because it started off with just, light bullying and raiding his goddamn Discord server. Now they're making his game for him. Which, if they make profit off of it, that's illegal. But, what do you call it? If they fully finish the game, they make it, release it for free, I think. This is a big thonk right here. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not actually legally covered to do that. Like, that's just a wild thing. Yandere Dev, no more money to him. Because they're doing his job for him. They make the game, just release it.
He could be the creative director if you like. Just take the credit at this point.
I mean, that's if the people who fucking finish programming it, decide to give him any credit at all. Which, I mean, they don't really have to. No, that will be a very interesting lawsuit.
It's like, hey, this guy told us to make the game for him. So,
Pretty much.
I mean, he didn't tell them to make a game for him. What do you call it? The source code got leaked, from my understanding.
They took it upon themselves to do the rest.
Yeah, they're like, you know what, man? You're taking forever. You're really poking ass. You're getting paid above what you should to be working on the game, and you're not even showing any progress. So we're just gonna finish it ourselves.
So they're taking the creator's work without the creator's permission, making it their own, which can't be under the official creator's, like, whatever it could be, licensing, creative title, or just credit that it's not from the original maker anymore. It's their version. It's another bootleg game, basically. They just got the template from the original creator.
So somehow a bootleg of a game that plays kind of like bootleg is really fucking weird if you think about it. Because I mean, the Yandere Simulator doesn't even play, you know, all that well. And the coding, from what I understand,
it's a mess.
Yeah, it's absolute shit. Which I can understand that he's pointed out that he's not a coder. He's primarily, you know, more animation. But he literally had a game studio come in and agree to help him make the game. He brought on a programmer that fixed his code. They were gonna build the game for him. He was gonna have all his fucking creativeness and whatever. Man decided, hey, you know what? Nah.
Yeah.
Because they changed the code because it was a bit of a mess. Instead of asking the coder for, like, hey, what's this mean? Can you know, help me about this? He basically fired the guy, departed ways, and changed the code back to Elsmith.
Yeah, it's like if, what do you call it? It has to go through the entire code so many times. Like that's the thing, it's just not optimized, and it's gonna ruin your goddamn computer. So yeah, that was my segment where I trash on Yandere devs just a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of coding.
Are we gonna talk about Agent Cody Bates? Is he coding now?
No, like, speaking of coding, back on the whole Valve thing, when it came down to Half-Life Alyx, there is so much detail left in the coding. You'd be surprised on how much time they spent working on this. And they said
5
that
years.
they said it took them over a month just to code in a couple of things, and that I know one of those things was a door. A door. Want to know why?
Because it's in VR, you know, it's still experimental.
Pretty much, and not only that, they wanted to make it more realistic. And you compare it to the in-game where you open up a door, it does feel like you're opening up a real door.
Well, that's the point of VR, isn't it?
Yeah, that is kind of the point. I feel, you know, from what I've seen a lot of gameplay from VR games. More
like,
often
maybe
than not.
You're stating the obvious that we know what to expect from a VR concept of any game, such as opening a door and other normal human actions that we humans do. Just want to do detail, they can just do color, copy-paste detail they want, so it doesn't take forever. I'm pretty sure look at how long it took Rockstar to do Red Dead 2, like how long it didn't do GTA 6. And they're not even fucking VR. And those have been confirmed as well for I don't know how long now.
Like I can respect the grind of, you know, you want to be low key about your projects, and when you release them, it surprises everyone. Because otherwise, you're gonna end up with, you know, The Last of Us 2, where, again, development doesn't always go the way that you think it's gonna go, and so you tell people about a game years ago, and then it doesn't release until much later, and by the time it does release, all the hype gone.
Actually, people were aware about this game for quite a while now. Not last
Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, Half-Life Alyx.
I don't know. I feel like it kind of you know, it didn't get that much coverage. In my opinion.
Oh, it did. You'd be surprised.
Well, like in terms of like, you know, before it released, it feels like it just kind of, you know, oh, it's released.
Yep, but then when the gameplay started dropping down, that's when the internet began. Well, not
Well, yeah, because they had something concrete to go off of.
concrete and the concrete good stories as well. Wait.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would imagine. Well, I mean, to be fair, I've seen things that have been worked on for a long time. And just, God, the story, it's subpar and lackluster.
I think it depends on like how the developers, you know, how it goes along the way. It could be probably like one of three ways. Like they're gonna give continuous updates, like, hey, it's coming, and like we're just waiting, and the hype dies down. Or you get a teaser of it, like, okay, you know, oh shit, it started, it's in the works, we're gonna get this. Hear nothing from it, and out of nowhere it comes back again, like, oh shit, it's gonna get released in like a month. Like, oh shit, we forgot about it. Now the hype is back up again because you just remembered it, and everything's kind of coming back from the first initial tease that was a few months back. So it gives you time to like remember it and have more hype that they're about to come out, and have a more fulfilled project than just teasing, and then nothing shows up, or it's delayed over and over.
Like, if I had to, you know, I'm not a marketing expert by any means. I'm just some dude with a shitty podcast who has opinions.
Aren't we?
But I feel like, you know, the best way to release a game and, you know, maintain hype as well as keeping a release date is wait until you're basically done with development. Just, you know, you're polishing it up. And then, you know, announce the game between 6 months and a year. That way you have enough time to really polish it, what do you call it? Because, you know, I believe his name was Reggie, the dude who works for Nintendo. Could be wrong.
Reggie.
The American branch of Nintendo, yeah.
Yes. What do you call it? A bad game is bad forever, but a good game will always be good.
The thing is, the only one reason why we know that Half-Life Alyx existed is back in the time, with Dota 2 being leaked or Source 2 being leaked multiple times, there's also been files of HLVR multiple times, and decoding and like combine scripted events here and there. That's how we know that the game existed, but we didn't know exactly. We just found it in the files and in artifact files most of the time. And when it came down to around 2019 of December or November, that's when the game was officially announced. They didn't tease anything. All we knew about the game was it's going to be a prequel to Half-Life 2. Well, before Gordon Freeman arrived at 2017. That's all we knew. And this one YouTuber, Val News Network, was the one who kept covering it over and over again until the game was officially announced. He was the one that data mined this whole thing.
See, but here's the thing about data mining. It's, you know, the information is there, yes, but since you don't know the entire picture, what do you call it? What you're reporting on could be wrong, could be right. You know, you might have a decent hunch, but you could also be wrong.
You can only
Like-
speculate on
Like,
what
hey, you know,
could be.
with the Black Ops Zombies community and the Easter eggs and figuring out the story and playing it together from that, you know, more often than not, data mining things can reveal something about the next map, or it can reveal something that's not useful at all, really, or just something that isn't relevant, something that was a concept, but they just kind of left it in there. Good example, Mob of the Dead. Within the source files, there is a wonder weapon that never fully got implemented, which someone actually rendered
Was that Richtofen's head?
Richtofen's head. And guess what? It was probably for a concept that, you know, they just ended up not executing. Which, you can think about the lore ramifications of that all you want, but the fact is, it's not in the game. You had to go data mining for it. Like, when you go for leads based off of that, you have to take them with a grain of salt.
Everyone took him for a grain of salt. Everyone
As they
did. No one believed him until the game was officially announced, and then you start comparing most of the data coding from the game, from like the leaks towards the game. It all starts to connect very much smoothly, especially when it came down to the story. And I believe, it was data mined about the story as well. He knew what would happen. He knew about the old concept and the new concept of what would happen. And now since the whole game is out, now we know what exactly happened.
Well, I mean, that, you know, I'm curious about that, because you say that he data mined and he found files of the Combine and shit in Dota 2. Now, what do you call it? Here's why I don't find that reliable. As someone who, you know, I was an animator for a bit, I competed. One thing that my professor always told me, reuse everything. You know, why make something new when you can reuse old assets and just polish it up a bit? Okay, no,
Valve
work smart, don't work hard.
Valve will use will reuse old sound assets, but they'll never use like other assets. They rebuild remodeled most of every Combine NPC out there in so much detail.
For Half-Life Alyx?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Well, yeah, of course, because it's in VR. It's different from just a normal model.
It's not the same format, basically.
Yeah, but you know, all of the models in Gmod, most of them are reused assets. They use assets from Counter-Strike. They reuse assets from Half-Life, Portal. Like, if you have those games, Gmod will run better for you. Is it possible to, you know, play it without those? Yes, but it's better if you have them.
Boy.
Kiko, I need you to die.
Why? What did
Look,
I ever
man,
do to
look.
you?
Threatened to poison my cousin?
Hold on, I'm looking.
What?
Okay, no, there weren't Combine models. There were morely scripted events.
Okay, so from what I understand of Dota 2, Dota 2 is a MOBA. What do you call it? You mainly Koreans play it, and it's basically waging war with armies. Yes, sound about right?
Yeah, I'm not too much sure on Dota 2 either. So
I was gonna say, why would data mining Dota 2?
because they
Which
I can explain.
hang on, that's a game that released beyond 5 years ago. 'Cause I was in high school, or even longer than when I was in high school when that game released.
Because I believe
Well,
around. Oh, sorry. Because I believe around of either 2014 or 2015, it got ported over to the Source 2, and when that happened, Half-Life fans were instantly into the game files of Dota 2 and began finding all this stuff about HLVR, all of it. That's where most of the data mining came from early concepts to now analyzed from the game.
So it wasn't because of the game itself, but because of the engine it was running on.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, that's how most of HLVR got leaked.
The life of game developers. You gotta keep everything a secret.
Valve doesn't really like to tease or announce things anymore. Well, actually, except for Half-Life Alyx.
That's because they never release anything.
They released Half-Life Alyx.
Maple, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Do I have to keep pointing this out?
Hang on, no. Shut up real quick. Before they released Half-Life 2, what was their last released game?
Artifact.
How long did it take them to release Half-Life 2? Or no, Half-Life Alyx.
5 years. They were developing a fucking
No.
VR game.
They developed it for 5 years. Before they started development on that, what was the last game that they released?
Artifact.
The fuck is Artifact?
What the fuck? It's a card game. They literally released Artifact. It's a fucking card.
No, you know what? Hang on. I've actually heard of Artifact. Now that I recall.
Jesus Christ.
What do you call it? People. No. Shut up. People have tried streaming Artifact on Twitch. Literally no viewers.
And people still managed to find HLVR
Also
leaks
released
in
in
that.
2018. Meaning that shows that they can work on 2 games at once. Also, do we really want to count a shitty card game?
Pretty much, because it was also on Source 2, and most of the HLVR leaks were also on also into Artifact.
No wonder people actually bought Artifact. They're like, oh, we can get more fucking source code from here. They didn't want to actually play the game.
Pretty much.
We're not counting Artifact as what do you call it? Them releasing a game.
As Gabe Newell says, you learn more from failure than success.
How much have they failed exactly? Other than, whenever Steam breaks? Or whenever they make dumb decisions on Steam?
I mean, pretty much they did fail on Artifact.
Like, if I recall correctly, quote me if I'm wrong, Gabe had said that they were moving away from game development and were, focusing on making Steam marketable. Because, I mean, why would you develop games if you can take a profit off of other people making games?
Yeah, but they're now back to making games again. Again, 3 games confirmed.
I mean, they can confirm them all they want until the games actually release. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I mean, how many times have people been like, oh, Half-Life 3 confirmed?
Those are jokes, but now you could literally say Half-Life 3 confirmed without saying it as a joke.
Dude, what's the release date?
5 fucking years.
What? Hang on, more than 5 fucking years, because when was Half-Life 2 released?
2004.
I can't bring it right now, boss.
Maple, that's 16 fucking years.
Exactly. And not only that, but they even give rights to a modded development team to fully release a remake of Black Mesa.
Okay, next topic. This is getting repetitive.
Hang on. Yeah, we'll move on topics right now. But are you telling me that they're gonna fucking
One of your rides?
remake of Half-Life?
Let me know.
No, not Half-Life 2.
It's on the way.
Crowbar Collective was a modding team that... Okay, this is why I wanted to bring up the topic of why Valve is better than Nintendo when it comes down to whole fan projects. Because let me bring it up. When a modding team started working on a mod called Black Mesa, it is a remake of Half-Life 1, and so they managed to make it very playable around 2012 but however, Zen was not really much finished. So Valve gave them right to say, hey, we see potential in you guys as become full-on game developers, so we're going to allow you guys to sell the remake of our first game for full $20.
So they are remaking Half-Life 1.
Yes, it's already done. I got the game.
Hang on, hold up. That's some fucked shit right there. You've had fans hyped about a sequel, the end to a series, and you have the audacity to have one of the games remade in that time. Fuck you and fuck Valve.
No,
Next topic. No, shush.
It's
Next
Crowbar
topic.
Collective,
Next topic.
dumbass.
Next topic.
It's Crowbar
Kiko,
Collective.
tell me about Animal Crossing.
Fucking Valve.
How's the Bell stock market going, man?
Honestly, it's a bit tricky, but if you
I saw the game theory where the bunny dude might be your dad.
Excuse me?
What?
The bunny guy in Animal Crossing, the one that takes you the Easter eggs, might be your father.
During the fucking Easter event, there was a really creepy bunny. I saw there was a game theory about it. I didn't watch it.
Oh, that was a month ago.
It's kind of like sad, where it just might be your dad in a costume trying to like still be a part of your life and be involved.
I mean, to be fair, Matt Pat has made that theory before.
So my question is, why is Javi trying to be my father again after so many years of abandonment?
Oh, I wasn't specifically trying to be your father. I was trying to be someone else's father. But you
I
just
didn't know
happened
there
to
was
show
glass
up.
there.
I didn't know there was glass there too. That's fucking wild.
Oh shit! Can I break it again?
No,
I could.
Either way, I find Animal Crossing interesting because there's now a legitimate stock market going on, and
with the turnips.
bells and supplies now have real-world value, as well as villagers, because people are paying actual money to get certain villagers in their game.
Believe
Look at that cat.
Let me just say this right now. I honestly, this is the first Animal Crossing I've played, and I've never really been interested in the Animal Crossing games before.
Neither have
But-
I.
But I will say this: it's fun, it's relaxing, but I would never use actual money to put into the game. It's just like,
By the way, quick
I like
question.
to see way too much.
Quick question. What is Animal Crossing?
The Sims, but adorable.
Imagine
Just
Sims,
Google it.
but
Just
with
fucking Google it.
furry.
You'll get your answer there.
The New Horizons is you work with Tom Nook and his nephews, Tommy and Timmy, and you go to an island and basically make that your island. You start a town with villagers. You start off with 2 villagers, but they're completely random. There's like a shit ton of villagers in the game. There's like 300 or more. So the villagers you get are completely random. But you get 2, and then you basically start with a tent, and then you try to make money fishing, catching bugs, farming, blah blah blah, until you can start from tent to houses, and then you can start planting bushes and flowers, make make the island more inhabitable and a lot more prettier. So if anyone comes to visit, they're like, "Oh, this sounds like a delightful place. I think I might come here."
They create some wild shit in Animal Crossing, man. But the other thing, of Animal Crossing currency having real world value. Some chick on Twitter was selling her nudes in exchange for Animal Crossing currency.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not surprised that this is a thing.
So Kiko, since you're, if I'm right and you're single, homie, so go get them nudes, man. Do it. Make your gameplay into nudes. I believe in you.
I fucking hate this community already.
So, believe it or not, there's, okay, so I'm in a Switch group, Nintendo Switch group, via Messenger. And
Is this about to turn into you are going to tell us that you actually got the nudes?
No.
Okay, continue.
But it does involve the whole the whole community like selling just to gain, all that shit. Anyways, in this group, we help each other out and all that shit. So we're like, okay, cool. I end up joining a group, a Facebook group that they recommended me to join. As soon as I got in, the first thing I got asked was, "Oh, how many bells are your turnips going for?" And I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?"
Oh yeah, because if you can buy turnips every Sunday, and then you can sell them throughout the week, but you can't sell them on the next Sunday. So that's what they're going at.
Yeah.
That's what it means. If you didn't figure that out, Kiko, that's what it means.
Oh no, no, the way that they directed it, it was just like, "Hey, how many bells?" So it's like, okay, I need to go to my island, talk with Timmy and Tommy, see how much my bells are, and as soon as I told them, immediately I got shunned because they're like, "Oh, you already hit your low point. You're no longer useful for us." And it's like, what? Why?
Jeez.
What just happened?
Bruh.
See, this is
Disregard.
Wild.
I know. See, it's funny because like the
Next.
people that I deal with on Animal Crossing are literally my girlfriend, my cousin, close friends. Kiko, I have not seen your island yet. You fucker.
It is complete
But
shit.
you can see my dude. My island is complete shit too. Okay, don't
Daniel,
feel bad.
what I'm hearing is you need to start upping your Animal Crossing game. Otherwise, all of those people are about to cut you off. You're gonna get a call from your girlfriend like, hey,
I can't relate.
Honestly, I don't care. I play Animal Crossing now, thanks, honey, because it's fun, it's relaxing. I don't really get into like the whole invested community stuff, like actually
Because
spending
it's a
real
game
money
you can't
for.
rage on this time.
Oh, you can. Oh no, you can rage.
yeah, I
on
was gonna say, I
Animal
feel like
Crossing.
you
You can absolutely rage. You can.
On purpose,
absolutely-
maybe.
Trust me, I found plenty things in Animal Crossing to rage over.
Says he's relaxing, yet he still rages.
Well, majority
It
of it's
is.
relaxing.
Ricky, don't you
but,
also rage at video games sometimes too?
Oh, no doubt. I don't hide it. Like, I'm pretty sure if
What brings you in today?
I'm, like, playing a game and I disappear, I go quiet, I'm really fucking focused. Or my tone of voice changes, and I'm like, okay, guys, well, I broke the controller, I gotta go buy another one. Or there's a fucking hole in my wall, I did a Kyle.
Oh my god.
No. Worst case scenario, we're gonna hear gunshots. Rick's gonna be like, "Yeah, I shot Mondo to take out my anger." It's like,
I shut my
well,
TV.
shit.
Oh no,
Probably
I would never take it out on another human being or living creature. I will break
Mondo's
my
not a-
hand punching a brick wall. Sure, I'll throw my controller across the room. Maybe throw something into the TV. I'll break any object. Sure, even hurt myself, but not another person or being. Maybe I'll yell at them. But that's probably it.
Yeah.
Ricky.
I get it.
Mondo's not a person. He belongs in a cage.
Yeah, but he helps with the rent. I kind of need him to be alive.
I mean, you can always put him in the cage.
He is in the cage.
I'll only let him out whenever it's time for him to work.
He doesn't get a bathroom break.
Oh god.
He's got a corner.
He has a bottle. He has a water bottle.
Yeah.
Hey, that's gonna be his water later.
But where does he
Exactly.
need to he needs to shit? Where will he shit?
That's his dinner.
He's got a bowl.
Got a
Like
plate.
Daniel said, he has a corner.
Yeah. He's got a corner. He's got a bowl. He just
It's
uses
an
that for dinner.
okay-sized cage.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, it's a joke.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Serious Indian Mafia, please don't kill me, that's a joke.
Oh my god.
Well, you know what? Of the people here, who's most likely to end up fucking having the Mafia after them? And why is it Kiko?
Kiko.
Jacob.
He's gonna fucking make food that's underprepared. He's gonna serve food to the wrong person. He's gonna have the Don find out who this mook is, and then he's gonna order his goons to kill him.
I was gonna say he's gonna stick his dick in the wrong girl.
Yeah,
He
I was,
could.
I was
He could-
hoping for
he
the
could-
second one more.
Or he's gonna date a furry.
Oh fuck
See,
no.
now that's just a mistake in general.
Why does Abel keep bringing up furries? He himself is a furry.
I'm not a furry. I did
He
date
can't
one,
go
though.
one podcast without bringing them up. Like, he has to make that acknowledged.
You
I
know
did
what?
date
Say
one,
the
though.
word.
That's why I keep bringing them up, because I dated one.
I mean, listen.
You keep bringing it up,
Girl
though.
who
It's
used,
like,
I mean, that's the thing. You never mentioned before that you dated one. You just kept bringing it up.
I
Which,
just
yeah.
mentioned.
as
He
if
doesn't
he's
fucking
ashamed,
listen.
quote unquote.
here's the bit. Here's the bit. The more that you happen to mention something, it means that you have some kind of interest in it. You know.
Furry,
But-
you see me dressing up as one.
I mean, to be fair, I never see you at all, so I mean, you could be.
Not
We
really.
Say
discussed
maybe.
one right now.
You know what, Maple? Earlier when we couldn't hear you, was that because you had your fursuit on?
No.
Maple, what's your persona? Come on, you can tell us. I'll only judge you a lot.
My persona, what?
Keep bringing it up. You just keep getting it backfiring on you, Maple.
Ricky's persona is a teddy bear.
So I know this, I guess you can call her a MILF, even though she's like...
Excuse me?
I know a 27-year-old mom who has 2 children that is secretly a furry.
I was wondering where this story was going, Kiko, and I was kind of concerned.
I like when he talks to himself, knowing that we can hear him.
Yeah. I mean, I knew the story was going to go into the direction of Kiko bringing up a woman that he would probably try to have sex with. And sure enough, Kiko does not disappoint. He does not disappoint.
I'm here to, you know...
He does not disappoint, but he does concern.
Oh, he always concerns me, but he never disappoints me in how much he's going to concern all of us.
Well, it's like that time where, god damn it, I was collecting the cards, and Javi shot me over in a household that had like a giant chessboard on the backyard. And as soon as I saw it, I got pissed. I started talking to myself about how much I hated people having chessboards outside of their homes, even though they're like not.
See, that was a weird, you know, just self-dialogue.
Like, who are you talking to? Like, afraid that we can hear you through this?
Kiko, here's the thing. You know, I used to know this guy Lorenzo in high school that was good friends with Mateo, and every time like Mateo was out of earshot, he would just whisper how he was gonna kill me in the corner.
What?
And you know, I was expecting that after I killed you. I was like, oh, Kiko's about to mention how he's gonna fucking murder me. He's gonna plan it all out. You know, I was expecting. No, you're fucking ranting about chess for some fucking reason.
Dude, the way that you even said it, you're like, now I'm intrigued about what you're gonna say. It's like,
Exactly.
what?
I was like, you know what? I was expecting to be murdered. You know, I expected to hear how I'm gonna die, probably poisoning or you know,
But
suffocation.
no,
something
you
along those
triggered an
lines.
old hatred for chess.
Yeah.
All because of chess.
Stupid.
Kiko talks to himself
White pieces.
this much, forget that we don't hear him. He's gonna say something. Forget that we're listening and could be on stream. He's like, oh shit. Was I saying that out loud? It could be something real bad too at one point.
I feel like I need to make a
Like
comment.
Quagmire, that Quagmire's outline, like, was she really 18? Damn, my nuts itch. Why does it burn down there?
That's the last time I'm picking up someone from the gas. Or was it gas station or a truck stop?
Like, oh god, they can hear me. Oh god, I can hear me. Da 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I remember that.
Listen, man. Listen. What do you call it? I need to make a comic. It's gonna be me stabbing Kiko in the chest with a knife. As he's dying, you know, he's gonna raise up his fist as if he's about to curse me. He's like, damn the people who own chessboards. And it's like, what? Excuse me?
How
You're
does this go
complaining
from
about the
that
wrong
to
thing.
what did Kiko say? Where did the MILF come in this, Kiko? What the fuck?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
'cause-
actually, I'm kind of curious too.
She
We
was
were
a
talking about-
furry.
We're talking about personas, and then all of a sudden, Kiko brings up this random woman that you know who's 27, who's a MILF, has 2 kids, and then is probably a furry, or is a furry.
That was a weird way to bring it up. Just, you know. So there's this MILF I know. Excuse me, how does this relate?
I know.
Like, you know, you brought it in. Don't get me wrong, you brought it in. I feel like there was some unnecessary information there, like the fact that she was a MILF and the fact that she had 2 kids, as well as her age. But, you know, you brought it in eventually, I guess.
He stuck it in there somehow, and now that it's in, he's got to take it out.
Alright, so this story behind, the reason why I brought it up was because I believe I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe I heard someone say, oh, I dated a girl who was a furry. So I was like,
Yeah, Maple keeps bringing it up.
That was Maple, yeah.
Okay,
You
yeah.
keep bringing up the fucking furry thing every time, at least once
It's a
every podcast.
fucking meme, dumbass.
You beat the meme to death, Maple.
You overdo it, man. You overdo it.
It was funny the first 10 times, because it made Ricky uncomfortable. And I had, you know, there's ways you can change it up, like, you know, bringing up how Zootopia created furries.
I did,
But-
but no one listens anymore.
Hey.
No one.
I brought it up in a way that it was heard.
At least you're not forgotten.
See, at least we remember you. Ricky, when the fuck did you start driving this car?
You're in my car. God damn it. Into the water. Into the water. Into all the water we go.
I mean, you're gonna have to pay for it, man. Let's no skin off my bones. Shaggy, we died together.
We do. Oh, it kicks me out.
Yeah, you got out of the car. Told me, what is this? You were just gonna leave me to die? Just 'cause you got a
I'll
new
just stay.
fucking-
I'll just stay here. Watery
Oh,
grave. I'm gonna just stay down here.
There, I'm gonna punch you.
So yeah, as soon as I heard, oh, girlfriend, furry, I was like, I know a chick who's like, I guess you can consider her a furry, just because the last time I remember speaking to this chick before, like, you know, we cut communications was, hey, yeah, I secretly like to dress up as a wolf. I have a wolf tail butt plug, and
Oh boy.
yeah. And,
Okay, hang on. Hold up.
Okay,
Hold
she's
up.
probably a furry then.
Well, yes, probably a furry. But here's the thing. You said that she likes to dress up as a wolf.
Yes.
Now, is this, you know, there's 2 ways that this can be, where it's either she's a full-on furry, or she just, you know, it's not entirely furry. Is it just the ears and the butt plug tail, or is it a full-on, you know, fursuit?
From the photos that she sent me that I didn't save for some reason, she showed me both.
Sure. Didn't say.
Didn't save?
Yeah.
Like, he has to throw that in there. Like, oh, I had photos. They were sent to me, but I don't save them.
Oh, no, because,
It's okay, Kiko, we get it. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
We didn't save them.
it's my personal stash. No, but, yeah, she sent me, photos, like, of both her, just, you know, ears and the tail butt plug, and then the other one, like, full fursuit, and I was like, questionable.
She has both.
Yeah, because like, in the case of former, where it's just the ears and the butt plug, you know, hey, that's fine. Now, the full-on fursuit, no, that's stop. Heresy. Degenerate. I'm gonna call a Spanish Inquisition on this bitch. By the way, Kiko, tell us what your persona is.
Persona?
Okay, Kiko, we know that you became a furry, but just so that you can stick it in this woman.
I did follow up with that little wolf persona that this chick did, so I was like, might as well give it a try. I want to see what kind of adventures she took me upon. But oh boy, did it go well? A little bit crazy.
Kiko, I'm gonna stop you right here. My hand's on your shoulder real quick, hold on. Half of me thinks that you're joking, half half of me thinks that you're actually serious.
Honestly,
Both.
Javi, I'm pretty sure
I don't
he
doubt
means
it.
exactly what he says.
I don't doubt any of this.
My hands off your shoulder. Continue your story.
So, this chick proceeds to, so this chick proceeds to tell me, hey, if you wanna, have some fun with me, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that this is my, this is one of my kinks. And I was like, interesting, a personal kink. And she goes,
Get to the part where you take part in it.
Okay.
We know this.
Yeah,
get to the part where you take your persona. That was the initial question.
Okay.
Get to the
hold
part
on.
where you literally do her job
on the
style.
fucking fursuit?
Alright, so my persona, quote unquote, is a oh shit.
A what?
Spit it out, man.
My persona.
Speak up.
My persona
Yeah, come on.
God damn it.
No. You brought this upon yourself. You can't even be mad about this.
True.
Yeah, you brought
He
this up.
did this to himself.
Okay.
What's going on anymore?
Don't worry.
Kiko had furry six, and we're trying to figure out his persona.
Did he wear the suit? Did he do it in the suit? Did he have his own butt plug tail?
I was gonna say, did he use hers or did he have his own?
So I
Did you howl
went
during
full
sex
furry.
too?
How much did it cost, Kiko?
It didn't cost anything. It just cost.
Did you get the suit custom made? Did you order it? Did you order it online somewhere?
She had.
Did you borrow Ricky's uniform from work?
Hold the fuck up, what?
Oh, was this a roleplay thing? You were the trainer and she was the fucking adult?
Oh, that brought back a bad memory.
Oh god!
Then, next!
What was your... Well, just tell us what your persona was, Kiko. Spit it out already.
I'm a lone wolf by the name of.
You had a name.
She gave me the name.
A lone wolf.
Spit it out, man!
I was a lone wolf named Alonzo.
Molonzo?
Her choice of a name, not mine.
Dear. Okay. I can't even curse right now.
Do you still have the suit?
She has it.
Okay, so that brings up the question. Did you wear her suit?
No, she had one where it was like what is it? A guy suit and a female suit, so that way it's like matching.
So she
Okay,
got
so
you
she
the
had-
suit.
Yeah, she had two suits just on hand.
Yeah.
Now, hang on, Kiko. It just so happened to fit you.
Believe it or not.
So she had the shit prepared. Or she told you about it and planned to get you one. Or she had it from the beginning.
She had it in the beginning.
You know what? Yeah, she probably knew how much of a degenerate the Kiko was, and she was planning this for a while. It's like, yeah, he'll probably say yes. I'll get to yip for a bit.
I want this girl to meet Mondo and make him wear the suit.
Oh my fucking god.
Cause we know like he would.
He would wear this.
I can only
He is
see
the
mom.
Sim King.
Ricky, they're gonna need your uniform, man.
She'll
They
probably
need
make
the
him wear a
mascot
maid
costume.
uniform.
God, that
She'll
poor
probably
suit I
make
took him.
She'll probably make Mondo into a trap. Just be like, hey,
That's
look at
disgusting.
feminine.
How dare you put that image in my mind? You made me think that with my brain.
It's cause.
Wait,
like I
you
said,
never found out why Maple was gonna be his last podcast.
Oh, he said that he's what do you call it? He'll be leaving. He didn't say
Yeah,
why.
but we never said why. He said he was gonna explain why.
Was he gonna explain why? Well, I mean, I feel like the explanation why was just that he's leaving. Possibly the
He
entire
said that he
channel.
put details in the Discord. I mean, in the party. I guess not. I think we pissed him off. I think we triggered him.
Isn't that how that usually goes? Who don't we trigger?
We turned the whole first thing against him.
I mean, are we wrong too?
I mean, no, he did it upon himself. He's bringing it up and like, okay, we're convinced now that he himself is one or wants to be one subconsciously.
It's like, you know, the saying goes, "Thou dost test." The more that you bring up a certain subject, the more it's like, okay, hey-oh.
And his only excuse was a meme that he kept overdoing, and yeah.
A meme can only go on for so long. This is why we don't talk about Uganda Knuckles anymore. But you know what? You know a meme that never dies. Kiko, why are you gay? Do you know the way? Ooh, okay. That aside. Kiko, I have one more question to ask. I'm afraid to know the answer. Did you enjoy yourself?
For the first hour, yes, and then in the last hour, I tried my best not to, cry.
Cry?
You regret it afterwards, I assume?
It's because it went a lot more than I expected.
I'm like,
Was she barking or what?
see, you're
Did she
saying
have
you did
you
like
bark?
what? You did it in fucking fursuits. What could make you cry after that?
Yeah, that's the thing. What did you expect from this Kiko?
Right? Did she bark at you? Did she make you pee like a dog? What, man? Now you gotta keep going into this.
Did she call you a bad boy?
Do you guys want
Did
me
she
to get
take
like
you out for a walk?
No. She offered him a treat, and then she said, "Oh no, you've been a bad boy. Back off. Back
No,
off."
no,
I think he was
no,
fed
no.
actual dog
Hang on.
food.
Hang on, did you wet yourself and she rubbed your face in it?
No.
It's like, bad boy, you made a mess.
Do you guys really want to know?
Kind of.
You're
Yeah,
setting it
I wanna
up. You
know.
might as well tell us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to know. I absolutely want to know.
You
Okay,
can't
so-
blue ball us, man.
No,
Like,
she
what
blue
could
ball
be
you?
so much worse to make you cry other than fucking in fursuits, my dude?
So she, you know, dog on dog role play, all that fun stuff. There was a point where she went ahead and said, "Hey, spray it all over me," and I was like, "What do you mean?" The golden shower.
So you peed on her.
Yep.
Ah, I see. You all were not house trained. Ricky, I need you to go house train them real quick.
oh,
I'm
Lord
not going
Jesus
anywhere near
Christ.
them.
Ricky, get in the fucking back. Get in the mystery machine.
Dear
take a
Lord
turn.
Jesus Christ. If anyone's watching this and is offended by this, I just want you to know we're only talking about this because it's funny.
Listen.
I've gotten some weird questions because I'm a dog trainer. Some I did not feel comfortable answering in a public store, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Some were funny, some were awkward, some were just kind of like, what the fuck?
MMI, we expect the unexpected. Sure.
Hang on. I have to go get the fucking thing. And then we can escape
Oh.
Ricky.
I think we learned something new about ourselves.
I feel like we learned something about Kiko, but at the same time, we really didn't learn anything.
I mean, it's new information, but it's not surprising information.
Yeah, that, you know what, yeah.
So Kiko, when you peed on her, did you just pee like standing up or like on all fours lifting up one leg?
Yeah.
Hang on. Other very important question that you can answer afterwards. How far into it was and how long did you say peed on?
Oh, wait, hang on. I have another question too.
Could you even go? Did you guys like drink like 2 bottles of water?
Before, actually, my question is: before you did anything, did you like sniff her butt before you did anything? You know, like how dogs like to identify themselves, and before they would, you know, fuck.
Did other men refuse to have sex with her because you know they knew that you marked her?
Oh boy.
Answer in any order that you would like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it only done in doggy style?
That's what I want to know too. Because like I feel like in any other position is not really.
It's not true to the form.
It's not accurate.
Yeah.
Did you guys get stuck together?
I've seen that at work too, also.
My fucking back when I lived at home, my dogs got stuck together once.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny
I
on
see
the...
that at work at like twice a month. I see that at work.
Kiko, you have to answer these questions, homie.
Damn it, man.
We've opened Pandora's box. Too late to go back.
Wait, do I know this girl? Did she
No,
go to high
you
school
don't.
with us?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I'm
Are
bringing
you
it to
sure
you.
that Ricky doesn't
Fine,
work with
I'll get
her?
back to work.
I can tell you.
True. She could have like a hidden fetish, and she's like one of the inside employees.
This. No.
Or did Ricky used to work with her?
Dear God,
Oh, God.
By the way, you don't need to give her name. Because,
Right. Answer the P question first. I think that's like the most important.
and the doggy style.
How did that process go? Okay, break it down.
Okay, so pretty cool. So the first fucking I had to drink 3 gallons.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I had to drink 3 gallons and hold it in, and proceed to how do you say it?
You marked your territory.
Yeah.
Pee on her. Just you peed on her, dude. That's what you did.
fucking gave her that golden shower.
Like,
Yes, I gave her the golden shower.
you gave her that urinal blessing.
there's no sugarcoating it, dude. It's us. We don't give a fuck. You peed on her. Cool. Did you drink the 3 gallons before everything, or like after? You know,
During.
the first round, or what?
Because
3
here's the thing.
gallons
I would imagine that it would have to be during. Because, you know, she told you, hey, spray that on me. And you were like, what?
Like this is gonna be the next part, so I need you to be ready. Like have it in your system, ready to go.
And hang on, now that you've so, you know, answer to Ricky's question. Did you just, you know, normally, or did you lift your leg up?
She wanted us to stay true to the whole canine deal, so
You lifted your leg up, didn't you?
On all fours.
Okay, question.
Did you
Did you like get a good aim, or?
Did she just go under you, or what?
she wanted to do the whole dog ass sniffing thing that led to like her going down and licking me, and then she just and then she proceeds to like get her head under there, and I was like, okay, and she I released like a good amount, and she wasn't really happy at the fact that it wasn't getting onto her the way that she wanted it to be. So she went ahead and said, if you have to, use a hand or two to help you out. And I was like, okay, so...
The aim?
Yeah,
just
if
aim.
you got to aim, just aim.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, just, pretty much aim. If you need to aim, just aim. I was like, okay. And, And
Hang on, before you continue, Ricky, I need a confirmation. You're the dog guy. Do dogs pee on each other?
Not that I've seen like on another dog's person intentionally, like accident. Sure, they would just be around.
Morse
and,
Mutual.
Like, oh, they got
We're
caught
here to help.
in the crossfire while they're
I think we can do
in their
that.
territory playing with their toys, but not like on purpose going under the other canine.
Okay, see, you Kiko, you need to get in contact with this girl. You need to tell her that she fucked up the roleplay. That's why you didn't enjoy it. She, you know, she has to have you peeing in the corner and just happen to walk by.
And yes, Daniel, we you know, we were on all fours sniffing each other's asses.
And you did it, doggy.
Okay,
Yeah,
You had to stay
Nico,
true.
I need my question answered. How long during this process was she peed on?
Oh man, let's see. I drank 3 gallons.
No. That I don't want to know how long the stream lasted. That's a weird question to ask. No, how long? You know, this lasted 1-2 hours.
Like the whole session, dude.
Oh, the whole session? Yeah, about 2
Oh,
hours.
well. Okay, how much of that was with her covered in your fucking piss?
About like the last 45 minutes.
So you spent the last 45 minutes of your session just peeing on her.
Well,
But she was
just
just
with the
covered in
pee
piss.
on her.
Yeah.
I mean, if he pees for 45 minutes, you know, that we need to call a scientist or something.
Wait. Oh my god, wait. So you peed on her and you still kept fucking her even when she was drenched in piss?
Yep. He wanted to stick to the whole thing, the whole 9 yards.
How was the aftermath? Like, how was the fucking cleanup? Did you guys set up a tarp or anything on the floor?
Ugh.
The
You
bed
didn't,
sheets?
did you?
Like, what was the prep and aftermath for that kind of thing?
I imagine that there was no.
You guys go in the backyard?
Water.
Oh, you know what? I actually have one more question, and I'm really curious about this.
I have
You
so
said
many
she
more.
had. You said she had kids. Did her kids ever find out about this?
Oh no!
Like, mommy, what's that smell?
Oh my god.
Where were the kids during this, man? Did she at least have a babysitter? Were they with the grandma or something?
Yeah, they were with grandma.
Okay.
So it was just the two of you.
You know, alright.
Now I'm curious about like the main prep and aftermath. Like, you guys just did it on the bed and had to clean up afterwards and wash everything, or there was a, you know, like a tarp on the
Okay,
floor, so you
hang on,
guys go to the
hang on.
backyard.
Did you help her with any of the cleanup?
Yes.
Oh.
And to answer Ricky's question, it started in the backyard, and then it went up to the living room, then to the bedroom, and then
Where did the pissing happen?
bathroom.
How did it start in the backyard?
They were sniffing each other, probably.
No,
You went outside and the whole suit. Jesus Christ.
no.
Did anybody see you when you were outside?
Did anybody hear you? Woo! Woo! Woo!
They're like, did she have dogs?
Yeah, did she have dogs who were just looking at this and be like, what the actual fuck?
Were you sniffing actual dogs, Kiko?
No. Okay, no, she didn't have dogs. Her neighbors probably heard because they had their window open. This all took place, like I said, 2 hours.
You're telling me
But
that
the-
there was a possibility that they could have seen you.
There was a possibility, yes.
God damn it, Kiko.
God
Hey,
damn it,
hey,
this
hey.
woman, what the fuck?
Time range, but the time range, it was 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. That was like the time frame. So you know, it wasn't
Okay,
too,
so possibly covered by darkness.
yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hope for the sake of those neighbors, hopefully.
The big of a fucking Q&A for Kiko's, you know, furry ex-girlfriend.
Ricky, just imagine, you know, you're having a good day. you decide to go out for a quick walk. You go out behind the patio.
Oh,
you see two fucking furries just out in the back area sniffing each other.
Ricky was like traumatized.
I feel, you know, his quiet makes me feel like that this is an event that occurred. Ricky, are you okay? Do you want to talk
How am I supposed to
about
respond to this? Did I call animal control?
it? Or the police?
Like,
Or do you call a priest because y'all fuckers need Jesus?
like I'm terrified of this fucking Spaniard, the little shits.
do you take them to the pound and check them for chips?
Yeah, I'll see if anyone wants to adopt them. Or they need a home.
Who do you need to call to return them?
311.
Dear God. Okay.
To put it in perspective, you know, yes, I've worked with animals for about maybe 7-8 years now total. I've had some, you know, odd questions and some weird things happen here and there involving animals, people with animals, and being related to animals. I'd say the most funny one to me was I was at one of my stores at Petco. Same thing in my dog training uniform. It says dog trainer, Petco certified, all this and that. The dude asked me like, "Hey, so you train dogs, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." "Oh, so how can you train my bitch of an ex-wife right here?" The wife is with them, next to him, right there as he says that. I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this. I'm just like in shock. Like, I train dogs, sir. Yeah, well, she's a bitch. Okay, I just have to walk away and like quietly not let them hear my fucking like laugh.
Fucking got him.
The second one, this one I think I felt more just awkward because it was someone who I wasn't attracted to, and I didn't want to go through with it, and I don't know how, you know, didn't want to get the wrong signal. This was this, you can tell it was either a prank or something. They did it on purpose, so you can tell it wasn't genuine. But a group of teenagers, maybe like around 17, 18, you know, I'm 21, 22 at the time. They have, one of the girls from the group asked me, "So you're a dog trainer, right?" So she's asking me questions about, you know, what I do for the class, and she's asking how I can do that with a person. Like, you put them on a leash and this and that, giving these weird looks. You know, the body language is there. She's trying to make me blush. Like, I don't put people in cages on leashes. And she's like, "Oh, what about the bedroom?" And she's saying this like out loud, like when other customers in the aisle behind me can hear this convo going on. And she's like squeaking a toy with her teeth, and I'm just trying not to fucking turn into a fucking tomato. You know,
Ricky
slowly
didn't
asking
turn
questions
into a
about
tomato, he turned into an apple.
getting leashed and getting disciplined, getting like, oh my fucking god.
Now, Ricky, this is when you break out the shock collar.
No, this is. Oh man, I feel like this is the perfect time to be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to call someone who specializes in this. Kiko, get over here.
No, you know what? You're right. Kiko, the next furry that I know, I'll give you a call.
Oh god.
You're like, listen, I have a man with experience, he will show you a whole new world. Just, you know, you're gonna have to buy your own magic carpet. Mainly because you guys are probably gonna pee on it.
You're probably gonna need a tarp, a carpet, a couple of towels.
Kiko, another question then.
Was there a tarp?
Would you do it again?
To answer your question, depends.
On what? Just a girl you meet wants to do that same thing in the same way. Would you do it again?
Kiko, where was the hard line where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm just straight up not having a good time, dog.
Yeah, like what crossed it? You peed on her in the fursuit, dude.
You guys were out in the backyard sniffing each other in front of the neighbors,
vocal.
God, and the entire world.
You guys were doing it doggy style, literally.
Well, you know how sometimes that's because that nutrient.
Oh my god. Okay,
Chico.
you know what? All the other
Chico.
questions
Chico,
have to be
did you
put on
eat
hold
shit?
for this.
No, that's
Did she eat
that's
your
where I
shit?
stopped.
But she wasn't going that far. She wanted to. She told you that.
She wanted to be as realistic as possible. And
She's fucking mental.
So the line being drawn
All
for
for
you
his art.
is eating poop.
look,
It went from wearing the little, ears and the tail to a full-on suit to fucking inset suit to peeing on someone in a suit while wearing a suit, and that's where it stopped. You just wouldn't eat shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
So that's where we know the lines. But literally everything else Kiko is fine with.
That's where you draw the line, but
Okay, but again,
during. Did you draw that line, or did you eat that shit? Did she eat yours?
No,
Did she eat her own?
The way that she told me was, "Oh, I've been holding this in for a good while, but do you want to eat my shit?" And I was like, "Nope, that's it. And then
so she had that prep too.
Yeah.
I mean, hang on. You didn't eat it, but did she still shit?
As soon as she and I just finished, because I told her, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish on you. That's it. She proceeded to go ahead and tell me and say, well, I need to go use the restroom. Proceeds to loudly remove said butt plug and you can guess the
Okay,
rest.
hang on.
Oh Lord.
Being a guy who, I've gone to Comic-Con a few times, I've seen fursuits, and I always judge them viciously. Now, from what I've seen, the tail is a part of the suit.
What?
Not this case.
Yes.
This must have been
Yes.
like assless chaps style of a suit. I don't know.
Okay, I have another question, Kiko. Is there just like a hole for the crotch, or did you have like a dog dick to stick your dick into? Was there a zipper?
Or with like just the head, and you're wearing the feet paws and the hand paws, but your body was naked.
Okay. So it was.
Kiko, if it's that last option, I hope to God that you were not outside wearing that.
Kiko hates this right now. He's being like crucified again.
Kiko, feel free to use your emote after this.
But to answer the question, she had two different kinds of suits.
What is the one that you wore?
The one that
What's the one that she wore?
The one that she wore, the first one was like the fluffy onesie. And then she proceeded to change into a more tight latex. And who was it that asked about the crotch?
I did.
Javi.
Yes, there was a hole for the crotch. As for me, she wanted me to stay in the onesie as well, but she went ahead and said, "What? Who's shooting me?"
Quick, let's go shoot at him.
No, I was being shot at. I don't know who shot me.
Where you're at.
Now hang on. Continue with your tail.
Finish your
yeah.
answer. We need to know this. This is vital information about you. We need to remember.
This is life or death, homie. I need to be able to tell other people about this.
Alright, so
Welcome to the internet, people. If you're watching this, I'm sorry.
Yeah, to the viewers that we have, I apologize.
To the viewers we have, please tell us how amazing this story is, and please Share it with everyone you know.
Jesus Christ.
Just thank Kiko for him being here to tell this.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you can recommend how likely you are to recommend being a furry to other people. Personally, hearing this story, I recommend it to absolutely no one.
I second that motion.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, Kiko, you were telling us about the suits. How she went from a onesie to a latex suit.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel like that's
explain how he had
inaccurate.
his.
Yes.
Yeah, and okay, so of course I had a onesie as well, but she wanted me to stay in it. But there was option 2, which was like it was another onesie, but instead it was like Under Armour and spandex, kind of like stitched together, sewn together.
So she had 4 suits total.
4 suits total.
2 in 2 different styles.
Good lord.
God
Yeah, this
damn, this woman was fucking
committed.
ready for this shit. She was fucking ready for this.
Hang on.
Hold on. There was a question that about like, you know, the doggy dick thingy. There was a hole for my crotch as well.
Okay.
So it just made things a little bit easier when she and I proceeded doggy style.
And to piss on her.
Yeah, and to piss on her.
Okay, see, when you said doggy dick, I was like, Kiko, did she actually have a dick to put your dick into? I swear to God.
Like, that sucks for you.
Is that how
but
you got
just...
stuck?
Okay.
But
Kiko, rate this on out of 5 stars.
This experience.
If you're into like the furry shit, good for you.
No, whether
recommend
someone's
it.
into
Your
it or not.
experience, what you did, what you went through.
1 out of 5.
Rate it.
Yeah. If you were going to give this
Even a 1?
Yelp review,
Yeah, I
like
give
an
it a
actual
1.
Yelp
I
review,
give like a
dog-
negative 3 right there.
Man, you gave this a star. That's saying something.
I mean, he said he enjoyed parts of it. There was a part, at some point, he enjoyed himself doing this. So,
Probably the
Kiko,
doggy
would you do it
style?
again?
Yeah, you never answered that question.
Would you do it again?
No, I wouldn't do it again.
Okay.
Wouldn't do it again.
What if we change the experience? We take out the piss. You're just fucking a girl. You have a fursuit. She's got a fursuit. You're yiffing the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it, like vanilla first sex. I don't know what the fuck you would call it.
Yeah, it's technically vanilla for sex.
That's disgusting. But continue. Yes or no?
Still no.
All right.
Now I'm curious, Kiko, because I've known you for a while.
hang on.
When
Hang
did
on.
this happen?
Hang on. I was going to say, so theoretically, Kiko, if you meet a woman that you both vibe really well, you think that this is maybe the one. But before you tie the knot, or before you think this is the girl you're going to marry, to your future wife, if you found out that she has a furry thing, this is a deal breaker. This is a nope, not going to happen. Sorry. I don't care if we like 99% of everything. This is the 1% that's going to just nope.
Oh, see, like, that's not fair. Come on, you're putting all that pressure where it's like, it's your fucking soulmate, but she has a furry kink. I'm pretty sure
Okay,
if it wasn't
hang on,
as
hang
dirty
on.
as this other chick had it, it probably would be an easier way to go through with it or tolerate if it's that kind of a kink when it's your fucking soulmate. But to go that dirty, like the other chick did, to get peed on and ask about eating their shit? Come on.
That's what I was asking.
Kiko,
That's what I wanted to know.
What if a girl is somehow, imagine a world where there is a wholesome furry, where they don't want it for the sexual reason, but they like the lifestyle, and for the marriage, they want to be in a fursuit. Like
In front of the family.
they'll wear the dress
both
and
sides of the
everything,
family.
but they want to wear the mask.
Oh god.
In front of the family, both sides. Yours and hers.
dude, you know, her family's accepting your family. You're gonna have to talk to them and everything. Do you say yes to the dress?
Like it's the dress with the head and it had like a built-in tail.
Oh my fucking god.
She won't be wearing the tail pork. Don't worry.
The dress that has its own tail.
She's wholesome. Remember, this isn't a sex thing for her. It's just who she is.
It's just the aesthetic at this point of wearing the suit or looking like the animal.
In all planes of existence except for physical, she is a dog. Oh wow.
Oh my god.
She goes awoo.
Awoo or ooh?
Yes.
Awoo. When they ask her, I do, she just barks.
She might lick your face.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wags her tail.
Jesus, you know, if I were to have like a hardcore fetish for furries or anybody that feels like they're a hardcore everyday furry, that would be the deal breaker. She would be the complete package. But as a man who rated 1 out of 5 in an encounter.
So in short, no.
So yeah, you're saying no to the wholesome furry.
As much as I want to say
And no to the wedding.
As much as I want to say yes, because you know, wholesome, innocence, it's still a no.
Okay.
He's traumatized.
Okay.
He's traumatized.
Okay. Hang on. I have another question.
Oh,
this is a
God.
follow-up. Kiko, homie. Hang on. There's 2 types of furries. There's 2. There's the guys that are in the fursuits. They have that version of persona, and then there's the type who, you know, they have the drawn persona, where, you know, it's the anthro type of thing. Now, theoretically, let's say that there is an actual anthro wolf girl. She's got the fur all over. It's not like she's just got the ears and tail. No, she's got that too, but she's also actually a furry. She is into you. Do you say yes to her? She's not gonna make you piss on her. You don't have to eat her shit. She's not gonna eat. Well, okay, she might eat yours later.
Just don't kiss her on the lips.
You know. And she is gonna require doggy style. Do you say yes? Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. We found Kiko's limits. But hey, sometimes you gotta find that.
Barely.
I feel like this is a rather, you know, furries in general are really extreme. You know, if this was not the limit for him, Kiko would have no limits. I feel like a good.
Hey, Kiko, my other question is, when did this happen? Like, how soon or late were you exposed to this traumatic experience? If you're like 16, dude, that changes a lot.
Dude, that man. Kiko, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, guys.
So, when
Well,
did
I'm
this
also
take
not
part
sorry as well.
in your life?
Remember that like 2 weeks I was off Snapchat?
Nope.
Well, there was
No.
there was 2 weeks that I was off Snapchat. I think it was.
Okay,
when I
what
was
year?
When I was working at airports, so that was like 2018. Yeah, 2018.
Okay, we have our frame of reference. I think with that, I think that's where we're gonna end things.
That's fairly recent.
Yeah.
Kiko, I'm disappointed in you.
Ricky,
Kiko, I'm not disappointed in you. I never had
Like,
expectations.
why didn't you tell me this sooner, dude? I would have made this a topic on podcast a long time ago. I would have put you on blast again.
It would have been when he first introduced you to the channel. He would be like, "Hey, guys."
Like, that would have been like the way to, you know, break the ice. Like, hey guys, I'm Kiko, and I fucked a furry.
It'd be like, "Hey, I had first sex. I pissed on her."
I almost ate her shit.
So do you guys want to know like like my exact limit, or do you want to save that for next week?
Does that really exist though?
Yeah,
does.
we'll save that for next time. But okay, one more question. Tico, what if it's not a dog fur? What if it's a different cat? What if it's a kitty cat? Or what if it's like an owl, a feathery, or a scaly?
Oh my god. Damn it, Javi, don't traumatize me any more than I'm already.
Careful how you answer that, because then you'll never see Stuart again. Ever. Or Yin Yang.
Javi, you really want to know the answer to that question?
Hey, am I gonna... Kiko, does the type of animal change things?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Does it really? Oh my fucking god. The fact that there's actually a possible yes to this? Okay.
It's like an odd, like a fucking aardvark or something.
No.
Or a spider.
An anteater.
Giraffe.
No, wait.
A
It's the sea
koala.
creatures. A seal.
A dolphin. Well,
Yes,
I mean,
it's a dolphin.
hang on. Would we constitute the people who are into like fish as scalies as well, or would they be fishies?
They'd be
Fishies.
Fishies.
But I don't know why, but
Javi, I request that you make an emote of Kiko and something fur related and just put it in the Discord. Give anyone else no other context.
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make an emote of Kiko. He's gonna be looking real scared, and then just gonna be like a fucking furry head in the background.
Jesus.
There you go.
Yeah,
That
get him.
works. Yeah, and if anyone asks, you can't explain it. You're just sound like, well, you should have.
No
been
one
there.
tell Ali, no one tell Kim, no one tell Mario, no one tell anybody else. Ghost, no one. We use the fucking emote. They're like, what is this? And we don't tell them.
They what in the actual goddamn fuck?
It's like, if you want to know, you have to watch the last podcast.
Yep. Get to about.
No, we don't tell them timestamps. It's like, you have to watch. Trust.
No, from now on, give Kiko's character a tail.
Oh my god. Give it a
Don't
fox
give
tail.
them dogs.
That's not from part of
Okay,
the suit.
so
You get
what
three
you're saying,
company
if it's a fox, you might say yes.
a nine-tailed fox.
Yes.
So 9
Okay.
different plugs. Okay, you got
Okay,
it.
so what
9
I'm
different
hearing is that
plugs.
furries in general, it's not a hard no, but dogs are now a no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it Kiko, that's concerning.
Wait, is it dogs or was it like a wolf?
Canines. What's it with canines? Canines.
Okay, so it's dogs in general. Okay, for some reason I was thinking like he had a wolf costume and it was the wolves.
Well, canines, yeah. So
Like originally,
you can still go with felines, birds, lizards, scales, fishes, bugs.
originally it was supposed to be wolves, but the onesies screamed dogs more, so I'm just saying canines overall.
Okay.
Because I don't want, like, you said this thing and then this thing. I'm just putting it together.
Or in
Does
general,
a
canines,
a
yeah.
fox
Yeah.
count like as a canine?
I would say so because it
a
does act like
fox.
it's actually
No,
more
a
like
fox is basically it's a cat and a dog's a cat's head, like in a dog's body and a cat's mind.
Okay.
I guess.
All
I
right.
almost consider foxes to be more of like a canine, like animal, because of just how much of a dog like it acts in its nature. But you know, I could be wrong.
Kiko, what if it's a Pokemon?
Dear God, no.
What if
No,
it was
that-
a chicken?
Well, what if it's just like a sexy Mr. Mime?
No. Dear God, no.
How
What
about
if it's a bug?
I do.
And they're like,
Hold on. But I do.
what if it's
have
like
a
an
story.
insect? What if it's like an insect where she's like a praying mantis, she wants to bite your
No.
head off?
Or if it's an insect and she wants to lay her egg with you?
Nope. I'm gonna be like Billy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy whenever he comes around spiders. I
Oh,
Jeff?
when it comes to Jeff, yeah, I'd be like, "Why
Jeff
won't
is
you love me,
awesome.
Dad? Get away the biggest spider!
Why
I'll
won't
do
you
what
die?
Like, I'll be whatever you want, Dad. I want you dead.
Say, Kiko, whenever you're like, why don't you love me? You're like, I want you dead.
But get this, I do have a story that relates to.
Kiko, save the story for next time. Spokojno noite.
Hold on. All I have to say is Halloween.
No, I said it.
Halloween. Halloween. That's all I have to say.
I had already ended it.
Yeah.